a robot Shota, a dog boy, a spider girl, a tree girl, and a bookworm girl.
Hello everyone and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I'm your host Alex, but you can call me Senpai, and joining me tonight I just have our chivalry of Shotas, Shotaro.
It's so lonely all by myself.
You're not alone, I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Oh, I didn't notice.
Fuck you too. Anyway, so we don't really have any announcements or anything, so we're just going to get into our topic for tonight, and that is the fact that this winter 2018 season is kind of coming to a close here. In fact, at the time of this recording, we got 4 weeks until it's over? 3 weeks?
3 weeks?
3 weeks. Yeah, it's 3 weeks until it's over at the time of this recording. So we thought it'd be an ample time to go ahead and do our spring 2018 preview. So I guess we'll talk about some of the big name stuff first. Actually, first, before we get into that, I want to talk about a couple of things that are continuing from this season. First of which is something that I'm watching. I assume you still are too. And that's Darling in the Franxx. It'll be continuing through next season. 24 episodes, I think, is what it's listed as. Yeah, 24 episodes. I'm kind of curious to see where it goes from here. I know that you've kind of been lukewarm at best about this show so far. If that.
Not well. I wouldn't. Calling it on a spectrum of warm is a bit too much. I'm like 0 degrees, you know?
0 degrees.
Celsius.
So you're at the freezing point.
Yeah. Not quite frozen, but not quite liquid.
I see. Okay, I mean it's fair. I'm enjoying it. I know there's a lot of people out there that are. It's one of the most popular shows of the season. Out there with Overlord and Violet Evergarden. But yeah, it's going to be continuing into next season for the 12 more episodes. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm really looking forward to it. And since it's an anime original, we won't get a fucking anime-only ending, hopefully. Trigger. Don't fucking Gainax me. Do you have anything else you want to say about Darling before I move on?
Darling is fucking boring as hell. I don't understand why everyone likes fucking Darling. Also, 02 is not a good character, and I don't understand why people like her. Also, Ichigo is a fucking cuck and disgusting, and I don't know why people like Ichigo, and everyone else is just boring. And Hiro is not even cute. Okay?
Oh, well, I completely agree with you about Ichigo. Everything else, don't listen to this man. But something else that's actually continuing into next season that I know that you're watching is the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not watching it this season. I was gonna wait until it's done to binge watch it. So what do you think so far of the second? I guess this is technically the 3rd season of 7 Deadly Sins.
I guess so, because the 2nd season was 4 episodes. But yeah, I'm really liking it. We're getting to see more information on the main character, which I don't like, but also King and Ban and Diane. And I really liked Ban and Diane from season 1 and 2. And now I also like King because of fan art.
You sick slut.
Oh my god, stop. Let me have my people. But
Never.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it just for the character development. Like, the actual plot is really shonen and doesn't really make much sense, but I mean, that's fine. The characters are pretty interesting, so I think the characters are the selling point. So since we get to see more of them, I'm very happy.
It's definitely, there's a lot of character-based storytelling in Seven Deadly Sins. I would say more so than in most shonen that you get, but that's just my
interesting. Because
opinion.
there wasn't much in season 1. So
No,
I'm
there
happy.
wasn't a lot. There wasn't a
I'm
lot.
happy that this is happening in season 2
Yeah.
or 3, whatever.
Yeah. Are you planning on picking up the manga after you get done with the third season or whatever we're calling it?
Yeah, I do plan on reading it sometime. We'll see if
Okay.
I actually get to it.
I mean, I personally enjoy it, and I know that John enjoyed it for a while, and then he kind of stopped reading it. But I personally think it's worth a read if you like shonen, and if you like swords and sandals type stories, then I think you probably like it.
BBWs.
Well, there is that. There are. She's a very big woman, very big. I think even you'd have trouble with that one.
Rude.
I don't think there's really anything else that I particularly wanted to talk about that's continuing into the spring season. Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Black Clover.
Oh,
It's
God.
the best show ever.
Oh my God, kill me now.
I'm still watching Black Clover. I'm actually kind of getting bored. I'm finally getting worn out of it. But
About fucking time you realized how shitty
it's
it was.
4 cours. Honey, this is gonna be a long ride.
Oh, it was originally scheduled to be 52 episodes, right?
50 something. I thought it was 51. I don't know.
So, but around 50 episodes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So basically a year-long show.
Yeah, and Yamushi Pedal is also continuing, which is it's okay. I'll take it.
What was it you called Yamushi pedophilia one time?
Oh, more than one time.
Is it still pedophilia?
It was never pedophilia. It just I don't know. It's funny.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on then. We'll talk about some of the big name, top tier stuff that a lot of people are going to be talking about next season. You want to start off with the first one we have on the list?
Sure. So Legend of the Galactic Heroes is getting reboots. It's only going to be 1 cour and then followed by 3 movies.
Yeah, and there's a rumor that there's going to be a second 12-episode show after the movies, but that's just a rumor right now.
Well, I mean, the movies are gonna be hard to get a hold of unless Crunchyroll acquires them. Otherwise, it'll be so difficult to get.
They could be screened in theaters.
All 3? Such a pain, though.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I mean, there's certainly, if it was done, it's being done through A1, right? A1's the one that's got a hold of it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's A1 that's. Let me go look. I think so. But yeah, go ahead. I'll look it up real quick. Oh wait, yeah, no, it's Production IG, not A1.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if it's A1, then there's a pretty decent chance that it might end up in theaters. But I don't know. Production IG.
Yeah. Either way, it's gonna be a hassle to get a hold of those movies. So, but it looks like the production quality is gonna be really good. So I am looking forward, kind of, to watching it and seeing how they do that. Hopefully, this brings in newer fans.
Yeah,
to
because
the original show.
You just recently finished watching the original Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Yeah, a few months ago.
Yeah, relatively recently. So what did you think of that?
I thought it was really good. It was a really long form story, and they really went in depth with it instead of, the flavor of the month that you usually get. So I appreciated it, that it held the story for so long. So yeah, I really liked it.
I know one of the things that you told me when you were watching it was you could tell that they were basically animating a story that was beyond their budget to animate properly.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm kind of hoping that this remake kind of alleviates some of that.
It's funny that I say the best part about Legend of the Galactic Heroes is that it was a long form story, and now it's getting a 1 cour adaptation, and I'm rolling my eyes. It's that's not the point of this fucking show. But I'll take what I get.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? They could, maybe they know what they're doing. They could, they could make it work. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it because, like you say, I think it's going to draw some people into the story of Legend of the Galactic Heroes that may, number one, have never heard of the story before at all, because it's based on a novel series that's old as hell, from like the 70s, I think, late 70s,
Probably around there.
early 80s, and I mean there's not a lot of people that are actively going out searching for anime from the 80s to watch, so I think it's nice that it's getting a reboot, that it's getting its kind of name back out there, and it looks like they're taking like some care with it, because they have updated the character designs somewhat to make them more modern, but they're definitely keeping a lot of the same aesthetic, more or less, just judging on what I've seen so far.
In the PV, I don't really like the character designs, but I will say that I am looking forward to the fan art that will hopefully get made, because all the fan art right now is really old. I want new stuff. I want like the fan art surge we got with Devilman Crybaby.
Oh, you'll you'll definitely get it, especially if this ends up being pretty good.
Oh, well, it looks high production, so I assume it will be.
And apparently, I don't know this for a fact, but I have heard that this is getting promoted pretty well. So we'll see. I mean, you might get your wish on that. I mean, there's old fans like me that are definitely looking forward to this. So, what else we got on our list? Do you have anything else to say before we move on?
No.
Good, because I want to hear you trash Tokyo Ghoul Re.
Oh God. I mean, the first two seasons weren't that great in the first place. The season looks like it's gonna be even worse. Just like, so I watched the first two seasons, then I read the manga, and I'm like, oh, the manga is like a bajillion times better, and now I have to go back to the anime, and I'm like, this anime is just not cutting it for me. Not cutting it. But I will be watching Tokyo Ghoul Re, because I am thirsty for anything Tokyo Ghoul related.
Now, I want to say that I haven't read Tokyo Ghoul, even though you keep trying to get me to read it. I haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul, even though you tell me not to watch it. Which that alone should get me to watch it. But from what I've gathered, based on people who actually like Tokyo Ghoul, the manga, from the anime's perspective, it's like they threw continuity out the window and said, we're just going to make our own thing.
Yeah, they like literally threw the author's recommendations of what to do with the story out the window for the second season of the anime, actually. So, like literally, they just, the author of the manga was like, this is how you should do the anime, and he did like a huge layout, and then they're like, okay, and then they ignored it and they did whatever the fuck they wanted, and I'm like, really? But yeah, there's a lot of anime original plot especially in the second season, but somewhat in the first season as well. And then the new season is going to heavily rely on the plot that was set up in the manga, but since that wasn't set up in the anime, who knows? I think they're just gonna like just ignore what happened in the anime and just keep going.
Kind of like retroactively retcon it.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you something. If you were an anime-only watcher of Tokyo Ghoul, would you be confused as fuck going into this?
Honey, okay. If you are an anime-only watcher of Tokyo Ghoul and you were not confused by the second season in the first place, then you have a problem with your fucking brain, because the second season literally makes no sense. So this season will probably make more sense than the second season, because the plot is a bit more straightforward initially. But I mean, anime only viewers have already been fucked by the second season.
So now they're just getting fucked over even more.
Oh, yeah.
That's good to know. I mean, I don't have anything else to say. I'm not a Tokyo Ghoul fan. I have nothing to base it on, but I just like the fan base's reactions. Like the anime only watchers are going to be like, huh? I don't understand.
Honey, they stopped understanding at season 1.
Now, this has nothing to do with the Tokyo Ghoul that's coming out this season, but I have to ask, as someone who is up on the lore and everything, do you think the problem with Tokyo Ghoul's anime is that they went into it with their first season thinking they were just going to make a single season anime to promote the manga, and then it got super popular?
So the studio that did Tokyo Ghoul, or is doing Tokyo Ghoul, also did, I think, Naruto and Bleach. So I think what happened is that they treated Tokyo Ghoul as a shonen. So they shonenized the plot.
Gotcha.
More than... So I think that was the problem. And then when it started getting a little more complicated, they were like, well, we kind of already went with a different way of portraying the story, so let's just double down and keep going until it makes no sense at all.
Until we thoroughly confuse absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
Do you think at this point they should just start over from the beginning?
Honestly, okay, it's really funny because the biggest, okay, so I got into Tokyo Ghoul with the anime, and I actually really liked it. And I really liked the character designs. But then in the manga, it's such a different art style. And I really think that the art style in the manga suits the story better. So I would love for it to be rebooted with a different art style, because this art style is too shonen. It doesn't really reflect the mood of the story properly. And it's hard to take the story seriously with this art style. So I would love for it to be rebooted, not only for continuity, but also to change how it looks and just how it feels, because it feels like a shonen. I don't want it to feel like a shonen.
That's a fair enough criticism, I think. All right, well, shall we move on to something else I haven't seen?
Oh, I haven't seen this either. I've only read, the next item. Let's say what it is before we're
talking about Persona 5. I haven't played the game. I'm pretty sure you haven't either.
No, none of the games.
Neither have I.
I have watched the Persona 4 movie series, which was well animated, but it was boring as hell. But I personally plan on watching Persona 5 the animation, because 1, it's a super popular game, and 2, I've read some doujinshi about the I don't know, the main character and his
slut.
blonde best friend. I don't know what their relationship is, but I ship it, and I want to see, I want to see. So yeah, looking forward to that.
And all I know is that Persona 5 was one of the most popular games that came out last year. It was nominated for Game of the Year. That's about it. I've never played a Persona game. I know nothing about the Persona universe.
Do you know, contextually, was Persona 5 more popular relatively than its predecessors? Or has it always been popular?
I assume you're talking about the game.
Yeah.
I think that the games have always been popular in Japan. I think they've relatively recently. I think starting maybe with Riker would be the one to ask about this because he fucking loves Persona. But I think with Persona 3, I want to say is when it started getting really big out, like in the West, especially in North America. That's when I heard about it. I didn't hear about Persona 1 and 2. They've always been popular in Japan, though.
But would they ever be considered like Game of the Year when they came out?
I don't remember if Persona 4 was nominated for Game of the Year. I think Persona 5 might have been the first one. Don't quote me on that, though.
Okay.
It's certainly the one that I've heard the most people talk about.
It seems to be like it's more popular than its predecessors. Though I do think that just the franchise in general is pretty popular. So
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Maybe I don't own a PlayStation. I haven't owned a PlayStation since 1999. I I can't play it unless it's got a PC port. So I'm sorry, I just can't. I'll watch people play it. Hell, Riker has. I can go watch him play it at his apartment.
go hijack his crib.
I'll just go steal his PS4. Say, this is mine now. You can have it back in a week. I don't know. I might try it out. I might not. The anime. I don't know. Shall we move on?
Sure.
There's a new season of Food Wars. Another new season of Food Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not watching this because I read the manga.
Uh-huh. That doesn't prevent you from watching JoJo's like a rabid dog.
I would watch more JoJo's if David Production would fucking make more.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
so
wait,
why don't
we're
you
getting
watch
we're getting another Rohan
Food Wars.
OVA. Never mind.
Uh-huh. Anyways. I'm gonna be watching this. I don't know why though. I'm not really excited for this.
Just like me, you read the manga, so you know what's happening.
I mean, yeah.
I
Like Food Wars was never really that plot heavy.
Well, true. I mean, I like Food War. I like the Food Wars manga for two principal reasons. I love the artwork. The artwork is absolutely fucking phenomenal in Food Wars, especially the character artwork. And two, I just love watching the interaction between these characters. Like, there's some funny shit that goes on in Food Wars. There's some really serious shit that goes on too, but there's the comedy in it is really good in my opinion.
I've kind of gotten a bit tired of it. I'm still reading it though, so.
Do you think it's gonna end anytime soon?
No, it looks like it's probably gonna go on like for a long time.
Do you think it's got that Naruto vibe to it? Or I will say, not even Naruto, One Piece vibe.
I just think that the author is just putting out consistent content. I just feel like the author could go for years.
Yeah, fair enough. This is the train arc, right? That they're going into for this season, or this part of the season?
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. By the way,
I think that's what they call it in the manga. When they're like announcing the new season, they're like, the new season, the train arc is coming out. I'm like, there's a train arc?
get on the train.
Like, I forgot. I'm like, what? I forgot that happened.
I do have a slight sticking point, though. So they're calling this the second half of the third season. Can't we just call it the fourth season, for Christ's sake?
I mean, whatever.
I'm calling it the fourth season. I don't care if they're calling it the second half of I'm calling it the fourth season.
So how do you describe Durarara's little
That's
seasons?
a really good question.
How many seasons does Durarara have?
Well, it has the first anime was what, 25 episodes?
Around there.
Then they had X2 was divided into 3 parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it has 4 seasons.
Oh my god. Do you actually like when someone asks you how many seasons Durarara has, do you say 4 seasons?
No, I tell them to read the light novels.
Oh, fuck you. Wow.
The Durarara light novels are pretty good, though.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. I that's all I got to say about Food Wars, really. Like, it's Food Wars. At this point, you either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
More food orgasms, though.
Sure.
But this is a slight tangent, but so not to spoil anything, but I have to ask, what do you think of the new judges in the manga?
Judges? They're interesting. They're okay, I guess.
I like their character designs a lot.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you do.
If you don't know what we're talking about, just go look up their character design.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, moving on. Oh God, do we have to talk about this?
It's the biggest name on the list.
Oh God, but not by much, not by 1,000. Okay, so we're talking about the third season of My Hero Academia. I want to point out that where'd it go? Okay, so on Mal, there is just over a 1,000 viewership difference, according to Mal's viewership ratings, between the third season of MHA and the Steins Gate Zero anime. So, it's not that popular by much.
Uh-huh.
We'll talk about Steins Gate Zero in a little bit,
I wonder which will crash the Crunchyroll servers.
Steins Gate Zero?
I don't think so.
No, we all know at this point when Crunchyroll has its third annual shitty award show, the third season of MHA is going to win everything anyway. I'm not salty. I'm not salty at all.
Sure.
Anyway, talk about fucking bullshit academia.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons and I read 154 chapters of the manga and I'm done with it. I'm not going to be watching the third season.
I win. I fucking win.
The thing about My Hero Academia is that it's not stupid enough to be a meme, and it's not good enough to be a decent story. It's like right in the middle, and it's not doing either for me. It's just not working out.
It's too centrist. It tries to be both things and it fails at both.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean that's it. It's a shame that it took you 2 seasons and so many chapters of the manga to figure that out. I figured that out with 5 episodes of the anime.
Give yourself a pat on the back. I hope you feel a sense of success.
I'm just happy that you finally see in MHA what I see in MHA, which is not much.
Okay.
How's that Bakugo figure?
Actually, he's still hot though.
You are such... Oh my god.
So we can move on to the next
Please.
one.
Oh, so I get to talk about the next one. So after what 10 years? More than 10 years? More than 10 years.
What? It has not been 10 years.
How long has it been since Fumafu came out? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're talking about the new season of Full Metal Panic. So there's a new season of Full Metal Panic that's coming out this season, and it's a sequel to Full Metal Panic: The Second Raid. Full Metal Panic: The Second Raid aired in the summer of 2005. So yeah, it's been a little more than 10 years, just a bit, since Full Metal Panic was last gracing our airwaves. But yeah, Full Metal Panic, this 4th season is called The Invisible Victory. As I mentioned, it's going to be a direct sequel to the 2nd season, not Fumafu, sadly, because Fumafu was fucking amazing. But they're bringing back a lot of the same voice actors to do, I think actually all the voice actors to do the regular roles, like Sosuke, Chidori, what have you. They're also bringing in the original creator of the novels, the light novels, to do the series composition and script writing, which is good for me. Because I personally, I don't know about you, Show, but I actually liked Full Metal Panic when it originally aired.
I regret watching it. I watched it as like one of my gateway anime. It was at the time I was like, this is okay. This is okay, decent. But like if I were to pick it up again now, I don't have the patience for that bullshit. It's just so
Well,
bad.
your tastes have probably changed somewhat too.
No, it's more like back when I first started watching anime, I had no idea what to watch. So I had super, super low standards because I had no idea what I was watching. So now that I know that there's better things, like basically anything, I don't have to watch Full Metal Panic.
I don't know. I liked it. Although it will be interesting to see because the last time I watched this was probably in 2005, 2006. I was 15 years old. I'm a little older than that now. I'm fucking 28 years old. So it'll be interesting to see. I know my tastes have changed since then, and I haven't even touched Full Metal Panic since the last time I watched it. So it'll be interesting to see if this still holds up. I have my doubts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd also like to point out that this show hasn't even aired yet, and 52 people on Mal have already labeled it as one of their favorites. You sad, sad people. Yeah, I don't know. It might be something that people talk about this season. They probably will. So those are the big names out of the way. I guess I can get into some of the stuff that I personally am really looking forward to. We already mentioned Darling the Franxx, which is what I have first on the list here. I'll start out my list with Steins Gate Zero. I fucking love Steins Gate. I loved it to death when I first watched it. I recently just started playing the visual novel because it was on sale on Steam. I'm loving that. I'm about maybe halfway through. I've done 2 full playthroughs. But yeah, Steins Gate Zero basically follows the beta world line, which is the bad story, the bad version of the story. Which slight spoilers here if you haven't seen the original Steins Gate, is the one where Kurisu dies and isn't brought back to life. So it's definitely they're going for it's definitely going to be really dark and depressing, especially at the beginning. But much like Full Metal Panic, they're bringing back all of the original voice actors to do the voices of the characters, which is great because I get to hear Kana Hanazawa as Mayuri again. What about you? You watched Steins Gate, didn't you?
Yeah, I like the plot. I didn't like the characters. So it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10 for me.
You gotta be careful because Kurisu is Jason's beau.
Waifu for laifu?
Waifu for laifu.
I don't
Absolutely.
like any of the characters.
I
don't like Kurisu either.
There was only maybe 1 or 2 of the characters that I personally didn't like, but
she looks so young, and then the main character looks so old, and then spoilers, when they have a romantic thing together, it just felt so wrong. I'm like, ugh.
They're not that far apart in age, though.
I know, but it just looks, I just don't like it. I also don't like Kurisu for not, I don't know.
Because she's a basic tsundere?
No. I just feel like she's supposed to be a smart, an intelligent person because she's a university lecturer, and then she's getting told what to do by this hack scientist Okabe. Just girl, pull yourself together.
Excuse me, you're talking about Hoen Kyoma.
I'm not a Chuny, so I don't like Hyoin Kyoma.
Uh-huh. You keep telling yourself that. But yeah, I know that people, myself included, have been really looking forward to this for a long time. This was announced years ago. It was announced that they were going to be making this, about maybe 6 or 7 months after the original Steins Gate anime finished airing. They said, okay, well, we'll make an anime about the beta world line. And everyone's like, oh my god. And when did the original Steins Gate come out? I gotta go look at this. 2011, I think.
11?
Was it?
Really?
Yeah, it was. Was it? Yeah, it was 2011.
What?
Yeah, August 6, 2011 is when it premiered.
Oh, honey.
So yeah,
I didn't know it was that that
It's been 7 years.
recent?
Yeah, and I remember them announcing Steins Gate Zero sometime in late 2012, so about a year after this aired, and we've been waiting ever since. So it's finally happening. I'm excited. I know there's a lot of. It's actually the second, according to Mal, it's the second. It's going to be the second most watched show of the season, behind only MHA season 3. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this. I've actually played in the visual novel. I've played the world line that this will cover, and I have certain expectations. I won't spoil anything though. I guess unless you have anything else to say, I'll move on to what I'm definitely looking forward to, probably the second most this season.
Go ahead.
All right, so Golden Kamui. Golden Kamui. I haven't read the manga that this is based off of, but Golden Kamui looks to be basically like Jotaro from JoJo's trying to find Nazi gold. That's it. That's the story.
Yeah, I mean, don't like JoJo, so.
Yeah, I know you don't like JoJo's. You've made that abundantly clear. But yeah, I mean the character designs look kind of similar to JoJo's, and maybe not like as chiseled and muscular as JoJo's Part 3, but definitely some comparisons that you could make there. Just judging from the PV alone, the animation looks really good. I'm kind of a little iffy because it's being done by Studio Goro, and they don't really have a track record of making things that are good. In fact, I think the only things that they've done principal animation on are things that are in the like 6 and 5 range on Mal. So kind of iffy on that. Judging from the PV though, the animation looks really good. The voice acting sounds pretty spot on. And I know this is based on a manga that's pretty popular in Japan, still ongoing. But yeah, I think a lot of people are looking forward to this. I am as well. I think if you are a JoJo's fan, give this a try, because it looks like something that'll be up your alley. Just judging on the character designs alone. That's all I got to say about Golden Kamui, though. I'm sure you don't have anything else to say.
No, I won't be watching Golden Kamui.
I know.
I looked at the synopsis and I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting, and then no.
Biased asshole. I don't know. It'd probably be good. Or it'd probably be terrible. Or it might just be in that 5 or 6 range like everything else the studio has done. Alright, well, I'll move on to a remake of another old-ass anime, and it's Captain Tsubasa. Now, Captain Tsubasa is based on an anime, or it's based on a manga that came out in the mid through the late 80s, and I think into the. But it's basically about this young kid who has this dream of becoming like a World Cup star. So it's basically a sports anime based around soccer, and you get to watch this kid Tsubasa kind of grow and learn the game of. It's a sports anime. You get to see him learn about the joy of sportsmanship. And I don't think it's going to be quite as Fujoshi bait as you want it to be.
Wait,
but
what
I will
other
say this:
joy of sportsmanship is there?
I will say this: the main characters in your strike range.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking. He looks like a fucking handicapped person.
Oh my god! What the fuck? I'm not. No, he's not. That okay? So, okay, yeah. First of all, this is being done by David Productions, who they're the ones responsible for the recent JoJo's anime. This is what they're doing instead of making Part 5 of JoJo's, I guess. But they definitely went with they didn't really update the style that was used in the original anime and the manga very much. So the characters look like 80s anime characters, just like high definition 80s anime characters. And so yeah, so you got that.
Unappealing, basically.
Unappealing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it definitely is something to get used to in this time. I'm kind of surprised that David Production didn't go with a more modern character design aesthetic. But, I mean, at the same time, it's David Production. I can't really fault them because I've pretty much liked everything that they've done.
So everything? They
haven't. Well, except for, what was that fucking Sakura to Reset? Why? Just fucking why? Don't ever do that again, David Production. But it's another thing where it's an old shonen, it's an old sports anime, and it's based on a really old manga, and it's definitely a way that I think younger people and newer anime fans can learn about sort of older stuff by it getting remade, and it's being done by a studio that kind of knows how to make really good animation. So I definitely have high expectations for that.
And no one's getting into it with that art style, though.
I personally like it, but
you didn't you like the original?
Oh yeah, I've watched the original Captain. Actually, yeah. I watched the original Captain Tsubasa in Spanish. No, not really. I mean, I'm going to watch it because it's kind of nostalgic for me. I don't know. I expect good things because it's David Production, but at the same time, I won't be surprised if it turns out to be bad. I will say this, it's already listed at 52 episodes. So we have a whole year of this, so it better be good.
Probably not.
It better be good, David Production, because you got to justify not doing part 5 of JoJo's and giving us another fucking Rohan OVA. I love you, Rohan, but give me part 5. Yeah, I mean, if you're curious about older stuff, watch it. If you like soccer, you'll probably really like it. I love soccer, so there you go. And if you're looking for a sports anime to watch, I mean, if they're gonna go with the same story, which it looks like they're gonna not really change the story much at all, it's a pretty decent sports anime. At least the original was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all I got for Captain Tsubasa. What was the next thing Caligula. Okay, so I just found out about this shortly before we started recording. So Caligula is basically an isekai, but it's an isekai world run by what is, I guess, a stand-in of Hatsune Miku. And her name is Mew, which I'm sure is not a Love Live reference at all. But anyway, it takes place in this digital virtual world, and I love the synopsis. It's called Mobius. It says, Mobius is a perfect digital world for the imagined benefit of humanity. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Imagined benefit.
I'm sure the person who wrote this synopsis is not literate in English.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, because there's another anime I want to talk about solely because of its shittily written synopsis. But this is basically an anime and it's based on a video game, so it'll probably be terrible. Is it based on a video game?
I think so.
Yeah, it's based on a video game. So it's basically like Hatsune Miku thrown into a sci-fi isekai. It's basically it. But of course, there's a caveat: being an anime. Once they enter, people often forget the real world exists. Regardless of age or gender, they are turned into students and forced to experience school life over and over, which Mew considers the most radiant time in a person's life. Could that be any more cliched?
Kind of reminds me of Angel Beats.
It kind of does, but this doesn't look anywhere near as good as Angel Beats.
I mean,
the music, I will say the music in the PV sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I do like the music.
And the theme song is the OP is being done by Rie Takahashi, who is the voice of Megumin, so watch it for that. She's not doing a voice in the show though, which is disappointing. In fact, I don't know any of these voice actors that are listed here, which is kind of sad. Oh no, I know Soma Saito. That's the only one I know though. Doing a supporting character. But yeah, I don't know what to think about this. What studios? Satellite is doing this. Oh dear. I'm having fairy tale flashbacks. They did non-Baka as well. I know you had issues with that.
Oh no. I mean, it looked nice. The plot wasn't there, but it looked nice. I don't really like the character designs in Caligula, so the guys aren't hot enough. Not quite.
This is also, I guess, worth pointing out. It's a game that is the game that it's based on is done by Atlas, which is the same company that makes the Persona games.
Well,
I don't know if that makes a difference in its quality, but
it looks like from the PV that it'll just be a like battle royale kill game.
That's kind of the
kind of
vibe
thing.
I got from it as well. With what sounds like good music.
Is horror in the? It's
It's listed the genres are listed as action and sci-fi, so I'm pretty sure you're not going to get like a
rating.
psychological horror aspect yet.
It looks pretty bloody, so
Maybe.
I don't know. I won't be watching this.
I'm going to give this a try. I mean, I kind of want to hear the OP that Rie Takahashi sings.
She's actually one of like one of four singers in the ED.
I take it back. I'm looking at the actual character list here. She does voice a character, a supporting character. Mifue? I might just watch it just to hear her voice. I know that sounds sad to watch an anime just to hear Seiyu's voice, but I do that occasionally.
Uh-huh.
I'm not addicted or anything.
We're all praying for you, Alex.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I'll move on. So there's I'm not actually going to talk about this anime. I just want to mention this because Mal has the shittiest written synopsis for this I've ever seen in my life. There's an anime coming out this season called Devil's Line. I don't even plan on watching this, but it is based on a manga that I haven't read it, but I've seen it around. I might give this one episode to hook me, but I just want to read the synopsis. Okay, this is the first sentence. Anzai, half vampire, and Tsukasa, a normal schoolgirl. That's the whole first sentence. That's not even a sentence.
It's actually the whole first paragraph.
That's a whole paragraph. That's not even a fucking sentence. Like, that's not a complete thought. And then it continues. There's only one other paragraph that only contains, three sentences. Vampires seem to be living amongst humans. Of course, the government does not know of their existence because their appearance does not differ from humans. Already this sounds shitty. They also do not need to drink blood. But when they get a craving or get angry, they can become uncontrollable monsters. I have never in my life... That's the whole synopsis. Mal has written some really shitty synopses before. But I have never in my life read one so... unable to make me feel anything about watching this show. I'd rather them just say no synopsis given.
Wow.
Anyway, it's watch this if you want. It's 12,000 people that are gonna watch it, which is more than fucking Captain Tsubasa, I think.
Also, the title of the show.
So good job with the English there, Japan.
I don't think Japan knows how to use apostrophes, so it's okay.
I know. The thing is, here's the thing. Japan thinks the apostrophe means something different than it does, because I think a lot of Japanese people think the apostrophe makes something plural.
Could be.
Because
Like
how else do you
knights-
explain the title Knights apostrophe S and Magic?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I don't know. It's Japanese people love to play with punctuation. We know this already. Anyway, That's my thing about Devil's Line. I just wanted to bring it up because Mal has a really shitty synopsis. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is this season. We won't actually in the U.S. get to see it this season. We're probably going to get to see it at the very beginning of the summer season. But it is being released in Japan this season, and that is the second of the three Godzilla movies that are being done by Polygon Pictures. the first Godzilla movie was absolutely blew me away. It was absolutely beautiful. For 3D animation, it was 3D animation done really, really well. Everything about it was really good. Even if you're not that into Godzilla, I'd recommend like watching it for the technical aspect of it, just to see how good the 3D animation was done. But the second one, the second part of this trilogy, is going to focus on Mechagodzilla, and apparently we're going to get to see a big fight somewhere in this between Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, which I am hype as fuck about. I really like where they've taken Godzilla with this anime. I think that, I've watched every single Godzilla movie. I personally think this is one of, if not the best representations of Godzilla in film that I've seen. It's definitely up there in the top 2 or 3. Really, really interested to see where they go with this. And fucking great job, Polygon. I'm assuming like the first part, it's going to be Netflix is going to pick this up. And Netflix has said, actually no, Netflix has already announced they're picking this up. And that it's going to be done kind of the same way as the first one, where I think it was a month and a half. It was like 7 weeks, I think, after it finished its run in Japanese theaters is when it appeared on Netflix. That's all I got to say. And, we got Kana Hanazawa.
Is she playing Godzilla?
No, she's not playing Godzilla.
I'm disappointed.
Sadly, she's not playing Godzilla. I would love to hear a Moe Godzilla. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't seen the first one, go watch it. It's on Netflix right now. I can't, in full faith, recommend the English dub. It's not terrible, but the sub is so much better. But good job, Netflix, with this. We don't have to wait very long for this. Thank you. More like this. Pilot Everguard. Anyway, that's all I got for the stuff that I personally am looking forward to. So what do you got, Sho?
Well, the first thing I've got here is Dorei-ku the animation, or the English title, 23 Slaves and Me.
Already sold. Already sold.
Totally politically correct. Apparently it's about 23 people who get like this bracelet, and once you have the bracelet, you have to like play games with other people that have the bracelet, and whoever wins gets to be the master and the loser gets to be the slave. I'm not sure. That's what it seems like is going on. I am somewhat interested in this because everyone in the cast looks like a crazy psychopath, and it looks like it'll be interesting for them to just go completely insane and like do the crazy eyes, do the like the ahegao face for like not just sexual orgasm, but like just, power trip. Like, oh my god, you're so disgusting. Just kneel in front of me. And then just like the eyes roll up and then like the tongue like rolls out. It's just beautiful.
Wow. So to be clear, they're not masturbating with poker chips in this one, right?
Not confirmed or denied.
So there might be masturbatory poker chips.
There might be Jabami
That might be enough
Yumeko.
for me to watch it.
There might be Jabami Yumeko as part of the cast, or every single member of the cast might be Jabami Yumeko in a different wig. Which wouldn't surprise me.
She seems like she'd fit in well in this anime.
Yes. But it kind of reminds me of Death Parade. It's kind of like life or death games. I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks interesting. Honestly, it's the most interesting new anime I've seen from this season. So I'm hoping it'll be like somewhat decent.
I would like to say a caveat before you move on.
Mm-hmm.
Is that this is being produced by TNK. That is the same studio that produced School Days. Just want to throw that out there.
It's also produced by Zero G, who did Battery and Dive, which both I gave. I think I gave it 10. Both I loved. So
Battery and Dive are really good.
I But this looks nothing like Battery and
Oh
Dive.
no, no. Like it's not a recommendation. Like if you like this, watch this. No.
If you
But
don't
definitely,
know,
I will recommend Dive and Battery. Those are two very good shows.
if you don't know what Battery and Dive are, they're psychological sports shows about their coming of age sports shows. Um, very low key, very character driven. This looks very high key crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could be character driven too.
But it's probably definitely character. It's psychological is the genre here, so I'm sure it's very character driven, but in a very different way. And this is not coming of age. This is like coming of death.
Or maybe it's just coming.
Maybe. This kind of reminds me of Mirai Nikki too. Except it's
That could go either way.
It's like double the contestant.
It's true. That would be about double the contestants. Huh. Maybe you have something there. Maybe Yuna Gasai is one of the characters.
Oh my god, Gasai versus Yumeko Jabami. Who would come
Maybe
first?
that's what they should do. This is what they should do, right? They should have like a battle royale type anime, right? But it should be made up of characters from other anime.
So basically recreators.
Yeah, but with actual real characters in there. Like, I'd love to see fucking Revi stick a slug in Yuna Gasai's fucking... Well, yes, I would, but Revi in particular, because she would make it very stylistic.
Uh-huh. Well, we can... I think we can move on from dorei-ku. We're done with it. The next thing that
I want to talk about
watch,
this.
Go ahead.
No, you'll go ahead. I
Okay.
definitely want to.
Well, the next thing is Maho Shoujo Ore, which let me just quickly run down the plot for you. So, the female protagonist is in love with her female best friend's older brother. So she turns into a male magical boy in order to save the older brother. And then the older brother falls in love with the male magical boy. And then her original female best friend falls in love with the male magical boy. So then the female best friend turns into a male magical boy as well. And then you have a love pentagon with 4 of the sides being alternate egos of each other,
like gender bents.
Oh, lovely, yes. And you said that you found the gender bent versions of these characters attractive, Alex.
I do, but this is a little personal here, but it's because they're cross-dressing.
Oh,
I'm into that. Okay, shut up.
Okay.
I don't do it myself, but
you should keep that to yourself.
I told you it was personal. We can edit that
not
out.
Kink shaming you, but I'm kink shaming you. I'm joking. Like, I'm watching this because they're cross dressing too, but it's not a sexual thing. Okay.
I do like the outfits. I will say that.
I mean, honestly, I don't find their male versions attractive. I also don't find their outfits to look that great. I just like it because it's just, I don't know. It's very gay.
It is very gay. This will be definitely the gay anime of the season for sure. I like how Crunchyroll is listed as the producer of this.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
The Crunchyroll SC Anime Fund.
Very nice.
So it means that not only did they produce it, they partially funded it.
Yep.
Good job, Crunchyroll. Oh, I guess we know where we'll find this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, like, did you find the female version of the characters cute?
They're okay. The best character is the older brother. He's cute.
Okay, I agree with you.
He kind of looks like that guy from A Silent Voice.
Oh,
have you seen?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's cute too. This guy's cuter though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely give this a try. I think we're gonna be in the minority on this, you and I.
About what?
There's not many people that are gonna watch this.
I don't know. Crunchyroll seems to be heavily promoting it. I think it'll be a hit with the female fans.
And gay guys like you and me.
Sure. I think their main demographic is the female fans.
Yeah, this will definitely be some Fujoshi bait, I feel.
I mean, I don't think it's bait. I think it's just straight up
Fujoshi,
Fujoshi.
It's not even bait. It's a whole Fujoshi 3-course meal.
Yeah, I feel like this was made for Fujoshi.
Yeah.
By Fujoshi.
By Fujoshi.
I'm looking at you, Victoria.
And,
Sailor B.
Oh my. I don't know. I also I love Mahou shoujos, so.
You do?
I do. I of course I say not having ever seen Sailor Moon, but I do. I genuinely enjoy Mahou shoujos.
I like magical boys.
Well, that's why I kind of want to watch this. You don't see a whole lot of magical boy shows.
Yeah.
There's way more magical girl shows than there are magical boy shows. So I don't know. It's a nice change of pace, and I just want to watch it. I just want to watch cross-dressing guys. Don't judge me.
They thick?
They are thick. They're swollen thick.
They are quite swollen.
Anyway, move on.
Well, we can move on to something completely different. Cute High Earth Defense Club Season 3.
Happy Kiss.
Oh, God. Don't even. Which is also a magical boy anime. I've watched
which I will not be watching.
Oh, my God. Wait, why?
I haven't seen any other seasons.
Oh, but why not? Oh my God. Well, you should watch it. It's good. Okay, you should watch the previous seasons. How many seasons does it have? It has 2 seasons. I've watched the first 2, and I really like it because it's like a pure comedy, and all it does is just parody magical girl stuff, and it's kind of funny, and it's a little cute, and it's really endearing, and I like the first 2 seasons. But the 3rd season is actually gonna feature an entirely new cast. I see 0 of the previous cast. And actually, like, the entire plot looks completely different from the first 2 seasons. So I don't see any continuity. I have no idea. This doesn't even look like a Cute High Earth Defense Club show. So I have no idea what they're going to do with this. But I am looking forward to it. It should be interesting. I kind of don't like... They're including like this Middle Eastern prince kind of character, which looks really annoying. Because I feel like they didn't do it properly. They did it poorly from what I can tell. So... I don't know about that, but I am looking forward to it. I know there's going to be a lot of naked boys.
I can tell from the fucking poster alone.
Yeah. Drink that milk.
They have no shirts on and they're drinking milk.
That's exactly how you want them.
On that note.
Get that calcium? Okay. So the next show I'm looking forward to is a show called Xian Pin Jia Ting. I totally mispronounced that, but that's what it looks like. I guess it's Chinese. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not racist.
The name is definitely Chinese.
Is it? Okay. You can quote Alex on that because I'm not sure what nationality this is, but it looks so cute. It looks like a wholesome Monster Musume. So you got, I don't know, they don't really describe it well, but it looks like a robot Shota, a dog boy, a spider girl, a tree girl, and a bookworm girl. I have no idea what the bookworm girl
Oh,
is.
it'd be funny if she was actually like a worm holding a book.
I don't know.
That would be funny.
But the animation looks really nice. And it looks so cute. Everything looks so cute. It looks really moe. And I love how it looks. So
can I just say something about this shoto that's in the promotional images? Is it not necessarily the manga like cover that they're showing on Mao, but in the actual anime like poster thing that they posted? Is it just me, or does this shoto look like he could be like a really young Saray from Tales of Zestiria?
Oh, I wouldn't. I don't see it.
I don't know. It kind of looks that way to me.
I like his cut on his nose. So quirky.
Of course you do, you fucking bandage fetishist.
What? He goes raw. He doesn't put a band-aid on it, man. What?
I almost spit out my water.
Wow. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I don't know. I might watch this.
It looks really good. At least the animation.
It's listed as sci-fi and seinen.
Seinen.
It is. It's listed as a seinen. So I wonder if they're gonna get into like deep topics or some shit.
No, I think it's like it's like seinen moe, you know? Like Barakamon.
It's moe. I'm there.
Like Barakamon kind of thing. I don't think quite as refined as Barakamon, but like that kind of feel.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, this
I
looks.
guess the English title is called Creatures Family Days.
I guess. Oh, there's a Japanese title.
Yeah, the Japanese title is Jiken Hin Kazoku, Creatures Family Days.
Interesting.
So, I don't know whatever title they're gonna go with, but yeah, this looks like it might be something worth checking out for me at least. It's definitely got that moe aesthetic that I like.
Yeah, it looks cute.
And it has a shota, so it appeals to you.
He cute as fuck.
All right, we got one more.
Last thing I'm looking forward to is Wotaku Nikoi wa Muzakashi. It's difficult to love an otaku. Basically, a Fujoshi and an otaku have a romance together. And honey, anything with a Fujoshi, you got me immediately interested. Okay? I am shameless. I love Fujoshi. I love anything that has a Fujoshi in it. Okay, so I will watch this.
Yeah, I mean it's like a workplace, like I guess romantic comedy. It's two people who work in the same office. I guess they kind of like each other, but one's a Fujoshi, the other is an otaku. It's based on a manga, a webcomic that's I think still ongoing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is still on. But I don't know. It looks kind of cute from the PV. It looks like it's I don't know. It might be like this. I think this might be actually the sleeper hit of the season, personally.
You know, the more I look at it, the more I have bad feelings. I didn't realize it was a workplace.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think a lot of the story takes place like at work, but it might. I don't know.
Because, like, if it was high school, I feel like the Fujoshi might be a bit more forward. But now, in the workplace, I feel like she's going to be a bit more closeted. Because what I wanted was, like, you know, a menage a trois.
Oh, God.
But I think she's just going to, like, secretly ship things in her mind. Which I'm like, girl, no, you need to make it happen.
Maybe. We'll have to see. It's being done by A1 Pictures, so it'll probably look good. Being produced by Aniplex, so we got that going for us. Is this gonna be a short? No, it's a full series. Okay, I just noticed that it says it's airing Fridays at 12:55 a.m. I'm like, wait a minute, is this a 5-minute short?
Maybe.
I don't.
I probably won't watch it if it's a 5-minute short.
I don't think it's a short though. I think it's going to be like a full half-hour program. It's not listed on Mal whether it is or not. So,
Pop Team Epic style.
oh god, that works for Pop Team Epic. I don't think it worked for much else.
I'd argue it doesn't work for Pop Team Epic, but
Well, that's a discussion for another time.
I guess.
But yeah, that's those are the things that the two of us are definitely looking forward to for this season, and some of the big name stuff that everyone's looking forward to. If there's anything we missed, feel free to let us know what you're looking forward to. Other than that, thank you all out there for dropping in to listen to us. We hope you enjoyed listening to this because we always enjoy bringing these episodes to you. If you want to check out previous episodes of the podcast, you can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. If you want to keep up with what we're doing and have a little more fun, you can join our Facebook group, follow our Twitch channel, and or visit our website. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, or concerns of this or any episode, feel free to shoot us an email. Links to all of these things will be down below in the description. As always, I have been your host, Alex, and I will see you next time. Say goodnight, show.
Good night.
You know what? I just realized something.
What?
We went through this entire episode and didn't once mention Sword Art Online.
Whose fault is that?
Not mine. Good night, everybody.